Week number 19 or 18. I don't know, but this is about 50,000 6mm seed. Lucky us, got ourselves another cage. Load of truck coming today. We're gonna put it right here. We're gonna take them cages, put it all right here. Got ourselves some cages to bridle.
I was getting lost in the quicksand, pink house in.
So it's Monday morning, best time of the week to
Happy Monday.
So we are here getting seed. I love to get seed. It's actually like one of my favorite things to do in the oyster because it's all, you think about it and it's like potential, right? Potential. So one of the places that we get seed from is Down East Mariculture, right in Williston. And they've been growing seed now for 7 years and are awesome to work with. They take care of you. They make sure the business they do is right, and we just love working with them.
We love working with you.
Absolutely. So they've allowed me to come and kind of take a video of us getting our seed today from them. So this is the hatchery they got going on. Is there anything you'd like to explain about how this works, or what's the hardest part of this? What's the hardest part about running a nursery?
The hardest part is mainly just keeping all the seed healthy and clean. We wash these with filtered seawater every day.
Wow.
So it's a lot of work for all these guys, as you can see. The other thing is just timing. I don't control Mother Nature, and sometimes I just don't know when seed are going to be ready. I wish I could always predict.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes that's a hard thing for me, is because I want to have them when the farmers need them, but I don't always know when I'm going to have them available.
And she is great with communication, and she lets you, and very flexible to work with. But so we've got, what exactly do we have here? What am I looking at?
What you're looking at in these tanks? Well, these tanks were some Debbie seed that came in the end of March. We have these labeled as 2-4s, but they're already, most of them are 6s. We just have to sort again.
And they start out so small, and then it's just beautiful watching that fin growth. We compare it kind of to fingernail growth. But what is your favorite part about the nursery business?
Working with oyster farmers like you.
Nice.
And it's just so fun to watch these things grow from tiny little 1 to 2mm to big seed. I also love setting larvae. I'm going to do some of that later tonight.
Nice, perfect. And it looks like these are my seed right over here that I ordered. Woo. Some beautiful 6mm seed. My God, they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous.
I'm glad you like them. We take a lot of pride in.
And one other interesting fact about me and Susan is we share the same birthday.
That's absolutely
that's
right.
a nice fun fact. So.
Yes, we're both Leos.
Yes. Just little. So a lot of the work is just kind of maintaining and cleaning all of this stuff. It's the same actually out on the farm with just keeping things clean and low density. Beautiful. Beautiful core sound. And that's the water that feeds this beautiful thing. So why did you start Down East Mariculture?
Well, I just knew I didn't want this building torn down. I didn't know what I was going to do with it when I first bought it. This building started in 1939, Wells Brothers Seafood. They had the exclusive with Heinz Seafood to make all the clam chowder in the country. So all the clams for decades used to come from this building right here. A lot of history. I grew up here. This was employment for half of the communities down here. So much history, I just didn't want it torn down.
Was that when you were growing up? This was actively being used as a clam?
Oh yeah, this was called Elmer's Clam House.
Okay.
And he and his brother Wesley started in 1939.
Wow.
And then he went from clams, and then he added scallops. He was one of the first people in the country to flash freeze individual scallops and market them.
And that was right out of here?
Right out of here.
Okay.
And then after World War II, he did get the exclusive with Heinz Seafood. So all the clams for clam chowder in this country came through this building at one time.
Wow.
So it's kind of fun, and I didn't want it torn down, so I bought it.
We love that.
And then I went to a meeting at CMAST where they were just open to the community, letting them know about research they've been doing. And one of the things that a guy from Sea Grant said is that North Carolina needed more oyster seed. That oyster farmers were having difficulty getting seed. So I said, okay. I always wanted to do something to help commercial fishermen, and that seemed like a logical thing. So I just came home and told my husband I was going to start an oyster nursery. And
I love it.
And that's what I did.
And we are so glad you did.
Well, I'm glad to have you.
Yeah, thank you so much for allowing us to do this and sharing a little bit of your story. And this building is awesome. And I love that it's for selling seed. I couldn't love it more. Robert, he's the workhorse of the whole thing.
Go.
Some of the most beautiful seed comes out of here. They've taken care of us and treated us really well the whole time. So, I got this bad boy. This is 500 milliliters. This means I need 3 of these scoops per bag, and that should do it. Here we go. Because that's not right. See the density on this bad boy? You want a super low density. It'll do you good. You clean gear. These oysters should do well. Unless there's a mortality, and it typically doesn't happen in the smaller oysters. The reason I bring that up is we were harvesting this morning, and there's been like, I don't know, it's like a seed Mother's Day massacre for the past couple of years in North Carolina, and really all up and down the coast. Around Mother's Day, seed mortality just starts really wiping out a lot of market-sized oysters. They typically, you can tell they died from this, was the meat is still in the shell. So the oyster just died from natural causes. It was a crab or some like mismanagement you could generally see like around it. But if the oyster is just opened up, meat's still in there, it smells delicious. That is the sign of a little bit of mortality. And we experienced some last year where I would pick up a cage and it would be 99%. The whole cage would be gone. We're looking at what we saw this morning. Same kind of death, but it's only 3% of the cage. Now I'm hoping we're not like into it. We have Mother's Day right around the corner, and I was talking to another farmer, and he was saying that that's not unnatural. Did before with mortality, having it at such a low percentage, and this time is really one of the most stressful times for oysters. The water's really been heating up after they've been dormant, and it's one of the harder times to be an oyster in the water right now. Another tough time is peak summer, because you got the water heated up. Right now, it's not unnatural to see. So, I'm going to go ahead and split these guys out and get them out. It really looks like miniature oysters. It's beautiful. Down East Mariculture does a great job of keeping their oysters clean, happy, and healthy. You can tell by the even fin growth that the density was good. And having your oysters start off well managed is super important. Can't stress it enough. You can see when the oyster has been stressed. Actually, the oyster doesn't filter properly when it's stressed. I learned that from a guy out in Island Creek oysters. Really cool. So.
And before I understood, I was deep down on the bottom of a well. Sea grass was all I found. I know.
That is not good. But if you can manage to, believe it or not, there are oysters under there. And it's just the squirt wars are back on, but we're feeling confident. We're smarter than we were last year. And I think it's kind of fun. So we'll show you how they look once we get it done. So hopefully we can do a few loads of these today per boat.
Alternative hell, no more cookies in this jar. Did I take it too far? Now I dwell in the sand like a fish on land.